Okay, so AI automation agencies. Not a name that exactly rolls off the tongue, right? But stick with me on this one because it's way more interesting than it sounds. You know how AI seems like, well, it's everywhere these days.
It really is.
Well, imagine AI not just in the stuff we use every day, but actually running the businesses themselves.
Yeah. That's where these agencies come in.
Exactly. And we've got our hands on a document that really digs into all of it. And this isn't some far-off future stuff either.
Yep.
This is happening right now. So what are these AI automation agencies actually, doing?
Well, a big one is process automation.
Okay, so when you say process automation, what does that actually look like in the real world?
So think robotic process automation, RPA.
RPA.
Okay. Basically, picture software robots, right? But they're interacting with your computer systems, just like a person would, but way faster, way more accurate.
Okay.
They can process invoices, update databases, even generate reports. And they never need a coffee break or, to take a personal day.
It's like having a super efficient assistant who just lives in your computer.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of assistants, AI is really shaking things up in customer service.
Oh, yeah, big time. We've all dealt with those chatbots, right? The really frustrating ones that just can't seem to understand what you need.
Absolutely.
Well, AI-powered customer service, that's changing things. Natural language processing, machine learning, it's making AI incredibly good at understanding and responding to us humans, even picking up on those little cues, the emotions.
So no more yelling at your phone because the automated voice system is just driving you crazy.
Exactly.
This is like you're getting instant support any time of day or night from a chatbot that actually gets you.
Right, and it understands what you need.
And that can be huge for businesses, especially smaller ones that don't have, massive customer service teams.
Absolutely. And it's not even just about saving money. It's about building a better experience for your customers. Think personalized recommendations, proactive support, getting your questions answered right away. That's the power of AI-driven customer service.
Okay, that's cool. But it gets even cooler. These agencies are using AI to help businesses make smarter decisions.
That's right.
Data analytics, forecasting, business intelligence. It's like taking all that data, and businesses are swimming in data these days, and turning it into something they can actually use.
Totally. Think of it this way. Businesses, they're always collecting data.
Oh, yeah.
On their customers, their sales, how everything's running. But trying to actually make sense of it all, it's overwhelming.
Totally.
AI can sift through all of it. It can pinpoint the patterns, generate reports, help businesses see what's working, what's not, what they should be paying attention to.
So instead of going with their gut or just guessing,
Yeah.
businesses can use AI to make decisions based on actual data.
Exactly.
And that's huge, right? Especially these days when everything moves so fast.
It's essential if you want to stay competitive.
Exactly. And we're just scratching the surface here. This is just like the starting point. As we get closer to 2025, things get even wilder. Wilder. Okay, now you've got my attention. What kind of wildness are we talking about here?
Well, the document lays out some pretty mind-blowing trends. Generative AI, AI-driven business models, the rise of AI as a service.
Okay, hold on. We're going to have to unpack all of that because that sounds fascinating.
Oh, we will.
But we are going to have to take a quick break.
Of course.
And when we come back, we'll dive into all of those mind-blowing trends.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, so before the break, we were talking about how things are about to get wild in the world of AI automation agencies.
It's true.
You mentioned something about generative AI.
Yeah.
Now that sounds intriguing.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
What exactly is that?
So we've talked about AI, like automating tasks, right?
Right.
Generative AI kind of takes it a step further.
Okay.
It actually creates things. So instead of just, analyzing data, it can design products, write marketing copy, even generate computer code.
Hold on, you're saying AI can design things now?
Yeah.
Not just follow instructions, but actually come up with new ideas.
Exactly. It's a whole different ballgame.
Wow.
Let's say you're a fashion retailer.
Okay.
In 2025, you could use generative AI to analyze current trends, customer preferences, even social media buzz, and automatically design a whole new clothing line tailored to specific demographics and body types.
Wow, so mass production meets individual style.
Right.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
What about businesses that aren't designing clothes? What about, say, a law firm?
Sure. A law firm could use generative AI to draft legal documents, analyze contracts, even predict the outcome of litigation based on historical case data.
Wow.
The possibilities are vast.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
But generative AI, that's just one trend, right?
Right.
What else is on the horizon for these agencies?
So another major trend is the rise of AI-driven business models.
Okay.
This is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Imagine a company that uses AI to create personalized educational content for students of all ages.
So no more one-size-fits-all textbooks or boring lectures.
Yeah, exactly. Each student would have a completely personalized learning experience.
Wow.
Optimized for their unique needs and goals.
That's amazing.
And because it's AI-powered, it could scale to reach millions of students simultaneously. We're talking about democratizing access to high-quality education.
That's a game changer. It's like having a personal tutor for every student in the world.
Right.
It seems like AI isn't just automating jobs, it's creating entirely new industries.
Absolutely. And those new industries are going to need people who understand how to build, manage, and work with these AI systems.
Right.
The demand for AI talent is already huge, and it's only going to grow.
So how do these agencies even begin to keep up with all this growth and change? Things are moving so fast.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it brings us to another key aspect of our sources, scalability.
Okay.
They can't just have great ideas. They need to be able to deliver those ideas to more and more clients.
Right. So how are they doing that?
Well, for starters, there's cloud computing. It's been around for a while, but it's absolutely essential for AI because it provides the massive computing power needed on demand.
So no need to build expensive server farms. They can just tap into the cloud.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But what about AI as a service? I keep hearing that term thrown around.
Right. AIAS.
AIS.
It's like renting AI power instead of having to build it from scratch.
Oh.
Imagine being a small business that wants to use AI for marketing, but doesn't have the resources to hire a whole team of data scientists.
That sounds like a recipe for a major headache and a drained bank account.
Right.
Yeah.
But with AIS, they can subscribe to a pre-built AI marketing platform and start using it right away.
Oh, wow.
It's like leveling the playing field, making AI accessible to everyone.
That's really cool. So cloud computing and AIS are helping these agencies scale up their operations. Yes. But what about partnerships?
Oh, that's huge. Strategic partnerships are key. Instead of trying to be everything to everyone, AI automation agencies are teaming up with other companies that have specific expertise.
Oh, okay.
For example, an agency that specializes in AI-powered customer service might partner with a company that develops chatbots.
So they can focus on what they do best and leverage the strengths of their partners to offer a more comprehensive suite of services.
Exactly.
It's a win-win.
It seems like they're building a whole ecosystem around AI from the ground up.
This is all incredibly exciting. But as with any new technology, I imagine there are also challenges and potential downsides.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Our sources don't shy away from those.
Okay.
There are definitely some challenges.
Okay, so what are we talking about? What are the potential downsides of all this automation and AI awesomeness?
Well, one of the biggest hurdles is going to be meeting client expectations and proving AI's worth.
Okay, so we're back and we've talked about a lot of the cool stuff, what these agencies do, the big changes coming up, how they're managing to, keep growing. But it can't all be smooth sailing.
Yeah.
I mean, with any new tech, there are always going to be some hiccups along the way.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And our sources, they don't try to hide that. They point out some pretty big challenges for these agencies as we head into this AI-powered future.
So what kind of challenges are we talking about? Like, what are the potential downsides to all this AI awesomeness?
Well, one of the biggest worries is going to be meeting client expectations.
Okay.
And really proving that AI is worth the investment.
Right, because businesses aren't going to use AI just because it's trendy.
No.
They want to see results.
Exactly. They need to see that return on their investment. These agencies can't just talk a big game. They have to deliver actual, tangible benefits.
So we're talking like increased efficiency, lower costs.
Yeah.
A better understanding of their customers.
All of that. It's about being a strategic partner, not just a tech vendor. And that means building trust, showing your expertise, being able to explain the value of AI in a way that business leaders really get.
Okay, so it sounds like there's a lot of pressure on these agencies to not only master the tech, but to be really good at communication and building those client relationships.
Yeah, absolutely. But the agencies that can handle all of that, those are the ones that are going to really thrive.
Okay, so client expectations, that's a big one. But what about other challenges? I imagine there are a few, right?
Oh, yeah, there are definitely a few. One that comes up a lot is data security and privacy. AI systems, they need a ton of data, and that data needs to be collected, stored, and used responsibly.
Yeah, because data breaches, those are, unfortunately, they're becoming more and more common these days, and nobody wants their information ending up in the wrong hands.
Exactly. So these agencies have to be really, really serious about cybersecurity, implementing strong measures to protect data and make sure they're following all those privacy regulations.
And it's not just about, outside threats either, right? There's also the question of how AI itself is actually using and interpreting that data.
That's a really important point. As these AI systems become more powerful, we need to make sure that they're not, perpetuating biases.
Right.
Or making decisions that could have unintended consequences.
Yeah, like those AI hiring tools that ended up being biased against certain groups of people.
Exactly. That is a perfect example of what can happen when we're not careful.
Right.
It's a good reminder that AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used in good ways and bad ways. It's really up to us, the humans behind it all, to make sure that AI is being developed and used responsibly.
That's a lot of responsibility.
It is. But it's also a huge opportunity.
Okay.
If we do it right, if we can harness the power of AI in a way that benefits everyone, the possibilities they're really kind of limitless.
I like that. Cautiously optimistic. It really does feel like we're on the edge of something big, something that could really change everything. But we need to be aware of the potential problems.
Absolutely. And I think this document does a really good job of highlighting both sides, the amazing potential and the very real challenges. It's not about just blindly accepting AI. It's about going into it with your eyes open, asking tough questions, and demanding better from the technology and from ourselves.
Well, you've definitely given me a lot to think about. So to wrap things up, what's the one big thing you want our listeners to take away from all of this?
I think the biggest thing is that the future of AI, it's not set in stone. It's being shaped right now by the decisions we make, the conversations we're having, the actions we take. It's up to all of us to make sure that AI is used for good and that everybody benefits.
Well said. That's a great note to end on. Thank you so much for joining me for this deep dive into the world of AI automation agencies.
My pleasure. It was great being here.
And to all of you listening, thanks for being here. We hope you found this deep dive interesting and something that, gets you thinking. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep learning.